to be two movies here. Now, since this month I'm doing my reviews for past April films, here is my review for the film that that just celebrated its 20th anniversary, and that is the iconic anime feature, Shrek. Now, Shrek premiered all the way back on April 22nd, 2001. You know, it featured the voice talents of, Mike Myers as Shrek. You got Eddie Murphy as the donkey, Cameron Diaz as Princess Fiona, John Lithgow as Lord Farquaad. I mean, what not to love about Shrek? Shrek is just so iconic. It's a film that actually introduced loads of people to the Smash Mouth song. Even though that song was first featured in the movie Mystery Man, but because of Shrek, that this All Star became pretty big, became more popular because of Shrek. But that song was featured in stuff before Shrek. It was featured in Mystery Man. It was featured in Digimon the movie. It was featured in Rat Race. So yeah. But that aside, yeah, Shrek is just this. Come on, Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Who does not love Shrek? Shrek, of course, ended up becoming the first anime movie to win Best Animated Feature because that's when they decided to actually put in the anime category. Eddie Murphy as a donkey. I mean, it's always funny to see Eddie Murphy as, voicing an animal because, of course, he ended up playing a character who could talk to animals in Dr. Dolittle, so I always found that to be pretty funny. The animation style is terrific. Probably DreamWorks' best animated film, in my opinion. It's so good. It's just really fun. Loads of really cool, iconic characters. Besides Shrek in them, we got Robin Hood featured in this. We've got Pinocchio. We got loads of really iconic characters in Shrek. The Gingerbread Man. Now, believe it or not, I actually literally just came back from watching Shrek on the big screen today, because in honor of his 20th anniversary. Fam event that decided to show like a 20th anniversary screening of Shrek. So I haven't seen Shrek on the big screen since 2001. So I decided, okay, I'll go ahead and watch the original Shrek on the big screen. It's just iconic, It's in my top 10 favorite anime movies of all time. Number 3 is of course Shrek. Number two is of course Toy Story. While number 1 is The Lion King. Yeah, Shrek is just. Like I said, Shrek is love, Shrek is life, Of course, we did end up getting a couple of sequels afterwards, Shrek 2, Shrek 3, Shrek 4. There is, of course, Puss in Boots, which is pretty good, too. I mean, what's not to love about Shrek? One of the most iconic anime movies of all time, made, I can't remember the actual box office gross, I think probably like $1 billion or something like that. But yeah, Shrek, pretty much changed DreamWorks. I mean, DreamWorks been around before Shrek, like they did, prior to Shrek, they did, Ants, they gave us Chicken Run, but it was really Shrek that put DreamWorks on the map and all, and, Shrek pretty much changed, DreamWorks for the better, it's just so amazing, the story is great, great message, come on, when Princess Fiona turns into that ogre is pretty cool, loads of really iconic lines. I mean, loads of really iconic. I mean, this movie that made me realize about layers and onions, But yeah, if you guys have never really ever seen, Shrek or anything like that, you guys should find out on Hulu if you want. I mean, it is so insane to believe that Shrek is 20 years old this year. And cool fact. I probably already mentioned this before. There are probably some people know about it. But cool fact. Shrek was actually not supposed to be voiced by Mike Myers at one point. Shrek was originally supposed to be voiced by the late great Chris Farley, but because of Chris Farley passing, they ended up having to recast Shrek. You can actually find old Chris Farley Shrek footage online, so right there. But yeah, I mean, Mike Myers still does. I mean, besides Austin Powers, probably Mike Myers' other best role will always be Shrek. Eddie Murphy, one of his best, funniest roles. I mean, Cameron Diaz is great. I mean, this movie is just always the best. And, it always puts a smile on my face every time I see it. It's just iconic. Great animation. A great romance feature if you want to look at it as a romance. Cool characters. So, yeah, definitely go check out Shrek if you guys haven't seen it. And I'll say give the sequels a go. They're not, The sequels are not as good as the first Shrek movie, but they're still pretty decent. I mean, the sequels we ended up getting Puss in Boots, voiced by Antonio Banderas. Justin Timberlake was in a couple of the sequels, so yeah, go check out them if you haven't seen it. But the original Shrek will always hold up. Anyway, let me leave you guys. May sound like a dumb question, but have you ever seen the original Shrek? If so, what started? Were you ever a fan of Shrek? What were some of your favorite parts of Shrek? You know, drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. This is Himu signing out.